Welcome back to Sound and Vision. Brett Johnston here with John McQuarrie and Brandon Goodwin here with the Rated SGF Film Festival. Guys, thank you for coming in today. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
John, how did this thing come together? Film Festival in Springfield, Missouri?
Yeah, it seems like about time. The Downtown Springfield Association's been toying with that idea for a number of years, but we decided it was time just to jump in. And I think from the start we knew we wanted it to be something different and unique, and that just kind of started us down the path. And I think the two unique points are just the fact that we essentially choose our winners ahead of time. We only have 3 films. We want it to be totally immersive experience for the guest, and want it to feel more like a celebration of the art and a little bit like a party more than a competition.
Sure. So, is it 3 feature films, or the entire thing is comprised of the 3 films? Or are there shorts and other things as well?
Yeah, we haven't landed details about possible shorts, but I think the main part of the 3 feature films, and then everything that surrounds it. So we'll have local musicians to play preludes and set the mood, and just really make it a full day experience for the moviegoer.
Sure. Brandon, what is it that you're a filmmaker, videographer? What does it mean to the city to have something like this to signify the film scene, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, Springfield has a really, I'd say a small but really passionate and dedicated film and production scene. Like, there's a surprisingly, there's like a surprising amount of it, and there's like a surprising level to the quality also. And so it's, I mean, like, I think it's more than for the film community though. It's like definitely like, I think that's like who's really excited about it now, because there's a lot of people that are involved in planning it to make it a cool experience. But I really think this is gonna be something for the whole city. Like, I think this is gonna be a cool thing and a cool experience for everyone, because we have so many experiences that are, a lot of times we're viewing stuff, it's either on our phones or it's at home watching Netflix or Hulu or something, an online service. We don't have those like communal experiences together in movie theaters. And even if you do, it's kind of like a bunch of strangers. There's maybe a few people scattered about the theater, but for like it to be a community event where everyone comes for that purpose, we're all enjoying this together, like that's such a unique experience. And I think everyone's gonna be really surprised with like kind of how cool that is to kind of go on that ride together.
Sure. What's first? How were the 3 selected? What was the criteria, if they have been, and what's going to be special about the presentation of the event that creates that atmosphere you're talking about?
Do you want to?
Sure, I'll tackle that one. Yeah, so we're still finding our identity a little bit, but we've landed on the angle of finding exceptional things in unexpected places, and we feel like that ties in well with Springfield as well, with the level of talent, creative talent we have in this town, town this size. But the other major thing is that we'll have the director or the lead actor for every single film at the screening, and there'll be a Q&A, and there'll be some touch points before the film starts as well. So really that emotional connection happens, and that's how I prefer to consume art too. I want to know the backstory behind the artist, and there's always that connection's always stronger like that.
I'm curious to that as well. John, owner with Hotel Vandevort, and you're with Blend Studios. How did your personal life intersect with this event? How did you become involved personally?
Yeah, I think that, I just heard conversations about it, and I knew Springfield didn't have one. And I just think that we have such a vibrant, especially in the downtown community, it just seems like a cultural experience our city's deserving of, but is missing. And our committee's a lot of talented, passionate people on it, so we've got a good team together, and I think that we've come up with a concept that's gonna feel authentic and really connect with people.
Sure. Brandon, now the idea of exceptional things in unexpected places, can that be narrowed or tailored, or is it, how do you artistically kind of see that vision?
Well, we wanted to connect the festival to Springfield, and I think all of us on the committee had this feeling that like Springfield's kind of unexpectedly like awesome. Like, it's surprisingly great. That it's not like it's not gonna pop up on like one of the like, I don't know, artsiest or like whatever scene people are looking for when they're looking for like cool cities. Like it's not gonna pop up on any of those lists, but like the people that live here and the people that have been here their whole lives, they know that it's like a really secretly cool place. And it's a great place to live. And so we were looking for things that not only are like secretly great, but also like can't really be pinned down to one thing. So like a lot of like stereotypes kind of fall apart I think in the Midwest, more so than what people would assume. And I think Springfield's a great example of that. It's really hard to put anyone in a box and be like, this is a stereotypical this kind of person, because really when you get to know them, you're like, oh, they actually think this way and they're a little bit like that. And they're actually friends with the people that are different than them. And it's a lot more diverse and it's a lot more complex and multi-layered than maybe someone would realize from the outside. But I think you grow up here and you realize, no, we don't fit into these neat little boxes. And so we wanted to represent that in the philosophy of selecting the film. So kind of those two things.
Sure, discussing the Rated SGF Film Festival premiering March 31st, and it's at the Fox Theater,
on the square.
right on the square.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Brandon, how did you get into film and video in the first?
I wanted to be an actor in high school, and then I would be in all of our videos, and I like eventually just didn't like how the other guys were shooting stuff. And so I was like, I'll just shoot it. And so I would shoot a lot of my own stuff, and then I became kind of a control freak behind the camera. And then I just lost the kind of desire to be on camera.
Yep.
And have been doing that for about 15 years as a freelancer, and then
Sure.
the last 2 years with Blaine Studios.
Right on, John, on the way out. Favorite director for you?
Gosh, is it too cliche to say Wes Anderson?
Absolutely
It
not.
is.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
It is not. And it's mine too.
Okay.
Stay tuned after the break. We're going to head into the artist studio with Christy Snelson. You're watching Sound and Vision on MC22.